less than budgeted. If you're new here, hi, my name is T, and this channel is where faith meets finances and every dollar has a purpose. Today we're going to be cash condensing my sinking funds, my holiday funds, and my savings challenges because specifically the savings challenge needs it the most. So let's just get right in. I can grab the money. Oh, and the seasonal activities can go back into their place. Okay, that can go up there. I think that was the 50 slot. There we go. Okay. We're also going to be doing our monthly closeout today. So that's where I'm going to take everything out of my savings challenges and putting it back into the bank into one of our TFSAs. So I can gain a little bit of interest while it's just sitting there. Oh, and the long-term sinking funds as well. So we're also going to keep track of that in our monthly tracker, which is somewhere. I don't know where, but it's somewhere. Okay, so car maintenance currently has $200, so we can't condense that. Okay, Army gear has $100. We can condense that. Date night, $10, can't condense that. Kids, $20, $50, we can condense that. Oops. Clothing, I think, only has 60. Yeah, 60, so we can't really do anything with that one. Cash stuffing only has 15, so we can't do anything with that one either. I have a feeling the rest of these don't have much in them either. Nope, that only has 5. Maybe hair, 20, 40, 50. Hair has 50. We can put it in here. Fun. 25, can't do anything with that. Okay, now for our, this will eventually be long term. I just need to change my dashboards. Long term, okay. Actually, I have to take some of this out anyways, but you know what? I'm gonna leave my long term in here, but I do need to return $50 of my long term because I just bought something for technology-wise. So that 50 needs to go back, and we now have $20, $40 in technology. Home has $10, can't do anything with that. Income tax has $30, can't do anything with that. Okay. Open up. Airsoft has 5, can't do anything with that. Travel, 50, 60, 70. has 70. You know what? We're gonna exchange these for a 20. Back. First home is 55, so can't do that. Garden has 15, can't do anything with that. And these both have 0 in them. There's nothing in there. So I'm just gonna look through here because I'm pretty sure. No, that's all just savings trackers. Okay, so that's my sinking funds binder done. We're just gonna set it off to the side. Now, my holiday binder. We're gonna put seasonal activities back because I did use some of it this weekend. There was like a 175th birthday of the town that I live in, so we went there and we spent some money and it was a lot of fun. So it only has 50 left, so we're not gonna bother with that. Birthdays has 100, but I'm just gonna leave the 250s in there because why not? Valentine's Day has 50, 60, 70. We're gonna exchange the 210s for a 20. Oh, go in. In you go. Easter, 20, 40, 50, 60, 75. So we're gonna exchange, we're gonna keep this 20. I'm gonna exchange those for a 50. We're still 75. Mother's Day, I'm pretty sure only has $20 in there. Yeah, 20. I'll take a nicer 20 than that. None of them are nice. We'll just do that one. That's the nicest out of the 3. Okay, Father's Day has nothing in it because I emptied that out. Neither does anniversary. Thanksgiving, 20, 40, 60, 70. Okay, we'll keep one of the 20s. That's a nice, oh, these are actually all nice 20s. Let's do the one that's not creased. And a 50. Put that back. Halloween, 20, 40, 50, 60, 5. So we can leave the nicest 10. 40, 50. Exchange those for 50. Just so everyone knows, if I forget later, I did get a float of about $500 out for this cash stuffing. So when we go to do the calculations at the very end, I'll take the 500 out so we can see how much is actually going back to the bank. So just so you know now, in case I forget to mention it later. Okay. So Christmas is the big one. This is the one that I really needed to condense. So I have 50, 150, 250, 250 right there. 60, 70, 80, 93. So right now I'm gonna condense 300. How many hundreds do I have left? I have 2. So we have 2 hundreds. I'm going to keep 2 of the nicest 50s. That one's really nice. Ooh, and that one's really nice. Actually, these 2 are nicer than that one. No creases, so that's $300 right there. $50, $60, $70, $80, $93. Okay, so that's 300, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75. So we're going to take the $70 in the tens and replace it with a 50 and a 20. And we should still have $375 in Christmas. So 1, 2, 50, 3, 50, 75. Perfect. 375 goes back into Christmas, and that envelope is so much nicer now. So thin. And then there's only $5 in gifts, so we're not going to bother with that. Oh, and that feels a lot better to have that done. And now for the fun part. So we're going to, I actually think, yeah, it's in here. Okay. And I forgot that I was going to count up how much is in all of those as well. We can get back to that in just a minute. So let's start with our money challenges. I'll use the back of this paper real quick. I'll just need to write down how much is in each envelope. Okay, money challenges. So so all of this is going back into the bank, and I'm going to then pay all of this into our debt as a final payment of the month. So then we actually pay into our debt 3 times a month. Because all of the army money that my husband makes actually also goes all into debt. So hopefully that helps us get out of debt a lot faster. So right now I only have $30 in our $5 challenge. Oh my goodness, this fly is still bothering me. I need it to die, but that will be a task for later. So $30. In the $5 challenge. Okay, ignore my writing, it's actually atrocious. So this is gonna go back to the bank, and this can be slipped back in. And we will continue that with our next stuffing. Our $10, I think, only has one $10. So you know what? We're just gonna leave it here. No, we're not. We're gonna deposit because $10 makes a difference, right? So we're gonna continue this with our next stuffing. $10. $20. Okay, our $20 has 60. 40, 60. So that can go back as well. So the reason why I'm writing it down and not just doing it on the calculator is because I realized I can't even remember, I think it was my budgeting video, you can't actually read the screen of this calculator on the video. Otherwise I would just totally do it on the calculator, but I can't. So the next thing I have to get is a new calculator so that you can actually see the screen when I'm videotaping it, but that's for down the road. Okay, so Stranger Things has 50, 70, 91, 10, 25. So 125 is in Stranger Things. So that can be put back into bank. come back. You know what, I'm just gonna leave the lid off. Okay, Supernatural has 15. Bridgerton, 10, 20, I think, 10, 20, 30, 40. I find that the plastic money sticks really easily together, so I always have to double check that that is the amount that I pulled out. So that was 40. Okay, now for our 1 month ahead, we're gonna start with rent. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 50, 2. $200 is in rent. Okay, and I still have quite a bit to go. I'll show you the little sheet I got for it. I've still got quite a bit to go until we fully paid rent for this savings challenge. But that's okay. Slow and easy, slow and easy. Always wins the race. Okay, groceries. Let's see how much I got. Oops. Into groceries. So I still got a bit to go there as well. But that's okay. So we got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. $50 is in groceries. Okay, and now we slip that back in here. Car insurance. Okay, we still got a bit to go on all of these, honestly, but hopefully we can get them done pretty quickly. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 in car insurance as well. I can go back here. Phone bills, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay. Can go back in there. Debt payments. Has 10, 20, 30, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I'm just going to double check that because that was really sticky. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Like with the heat, they just melt together. Can go back. And last but not least, definitely not least, gas is super expensive right now. We've got gas. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 45 is in gas right now. Okay, so let's add all that up, and then I'll head back to my sinking funds and my holidays and count up what's in there. Let's see, so we're in at the end of June, so just gonna put that down there. We've got 30, there we go, plus 10, plus 60, plus 125, 15, 200, 50, That doesn't seem right. Is it right? I'm going to check that again. That doesn't seem right. We have 30 plus 10 plus 60 plus 125 plus 15 plus 40 plus 200 plus 50 plus 50 plus 50 plus 100. Yeah, no, I didn't think so. I wonder where I went wrong there. I didn't. Anyways, so the total is $730 for our savings challenges. Holidays. And sinking. For total. Now, this total is actually going to be from all the way from January to June, because I haven't done this before. I just thought it'd be a lot of fun just to see where we're at the end of every single month. So hopefully you guys like that. I think I'm going to enjoy it. Okay, so we've done the savings challenges. So let's head back into I don't know if you heard that on camera, but that was my daughter just screaming upstairs. That's nice. She's with her aunt right now, so I'm sure they're having lots and lots of fun. So, seasonal activities has a 50. Birthdays has 100. Valentine's Day, 70. Excuse me. Easter, 75. I think the only one I actually fully remember how much is in there is Christmas. Because I know Christmas has 375. That was Easter. Mother's Day, that's 20. Father's Day doesn't have anything in it anymore. Anniversary has nothing in it. Thanksgiving, 70. Halloween has what? 50, 65. Christmas is 375. And just to double check, 1, 2, 50, 3, 50, 75. And gifts has $5. So that total, you know what, I'm going to quick do my sinking funds too, and then we'll just add it all up as we go. So, short-term sinking funds, car maintenance has $200, I believe. Yeah. Army gear. Just gonna stick that on the back here so I don't forget. Army gear has 100 exactly. Date night That's 10. Oops. Yeah, kids. Kids is next. Has 50. Clothing has 60. Cash stuffing has 15. Drinks has 5, I think. Yeah, 5. Hair has 50. Fun 25. Right, technology 20, 30, 40. Home has 10. Income tax has 30. Airsoft has 5. Travel has 50, 70. First home 55. Garden 15. And the last two don't have anything in it because they're brand new envelopes. So that actually worked out perfectly on that little piece of paper. Let's put this back away. Bring this back. Okay, so we're going to start with holidays. So that's 50 plus 100 plus 70 plus 75 plus 20 plus 70 plus 65 plus 375 plus 5. That's 830 for holidays. I don't know why I wrote it twice. I could have just written it right here. 830. Now for sinking funds, it's 200 plus 100 plus 10 plus 50 plus 60 plus 15 plus 5 plus, whoops. We'll do 25 plus 50 plus 40 plus 12 plus 30 plus 5 plus 70. 740. So those are the totals at the end of June. So if I add all that together, 830 plus 730, we get, oh my goodness, exactly 2,300. Awesome. So now we're just going to count up what's going back to the bank, which should equal up to $730. Should be going back to the bank. Oh, that's a hefty stack of tens. My goodness, I wasn't expecting that when I picked it up. Okay. So, I don't know why I did that. It would be easier if I just did it this way. Start with the 5s. these. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Okay, we're only going to take like half of this right now. And then we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 3. We're going to go 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 90, 300. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 400, and 20. So we're up to 665 right now after counting up all the 5s and 10s, which is, that's a lot of money in just 5s and 10s. My goodness. Okay, now on to the 20s. We got 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 2, 20, 40, 60, 80, 3, 20. So 3, 20, and 20s. Whoops. Back in. So we're up to 975. So then 51, 50, come on, 2, 53, okay. Should be 350, but let me double check. 1, 50, 2, 50, 3, 50, 4. It's actually 400. So we got, right now we have 1,375. Now if we minus our float of 500, 875. Did I push 500? Did I do that right? Because it should be 730, right? But I added some from the technology, but that from the technology was only $50. Which it still wouldn't have equaled. I don't know where this extra money is coming from. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. $10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Let me just put it back in there. So that's 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 400. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 500, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 600, and 20. So that's 620. Whoops, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 1. That was absolutely wrong. I don't know where my brain was right that second. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1. 20, 40, 60, 80, 2. 20, 40, 60, 80, 3, 20. $51, $52, $53, $50. Yeah, okay, and then minus the 500 equals minus the 50 equals 775. So I don't know where that extra like $40, $45 is coming from. But I'm not gonna complain because that's more money into debt. So you know where it's coming from? I forgot to write down the money in the gas. So if I added gas is $45, that would then equal $775. My goodness, I'm glad I figured that out on camera instead of off camera to leave you all hanging. So we have $775 going back into the bank, which is awesome. So that's all gonna go back. That's a ridiculous amount of tens. Okay, I'm really glad I managed to get all those tens out of my binders because, oh, you dying now, that's a lot of tens. Okay, so I just want to thank you all for being here with me on Blessed and Budgeted. I hope you really enjoyed today's video, and if you did really enjoy today's video, please like and subscribe. That would be really helpful to my channel. I guess I'll see you all later. God bless.